It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The brilliant Reporters podcast.
Bro, let's get right into it, dog. People want to know, how do you feel now that the king is back? The king of New York, the king of rap, the king of the charts, the king of YouTube. You know what I mean? The king
I'm not even entertaining it, my brother.
What you mean, bro?
I'm not entertaining it because I'm just not entertaining it.
But what does that mean? Are you entertained by it? You must be entertained by the king.
No, not at all. And I think that, I hate watching history repeat itself, especially when, everybody should learn from their mistakes. Everybody.
Right.
So it's just like, you're going to gas the same thing to happen again. You can't clearly like this person or be entertained by this person the way that you think you are when if you didn't learn the first time. I'll say it like this and it'll be simple. If you bump your head once and don't learn from bumping your head, the next time your head's going to get decapitated completely.
Whoa. So your prediction is the king of New York gets assassinated.
My prediction is the same prediction that has always been since 2 years ago when I was right. You end up in jail or dead. And if you already went to jail and you didn't learn from that, then what happens next? So y'all think that shit is funny. I'm 41 years old. Like, that shit ain't funny to me. Honestly, I don't like seeing self-destruction. I don't. I really, honestly, truly don't.
But you don't find it funny, dude? Like, I think it's hilarious. You don't find it funny?
What's funny about a man having to move 2 times in 4 days?
I mean, if you know how awful moving is, that's hilarious. Like, if one of my friends said that they had to move and then move again, I would laugh at the pain that he was about to endure alone. Like, that'd be so much fun for me. But just the idea, like posting the pictures of like the mouse, putting the mouse in the video, telling everybody they mad, like, you don't find it funny? You're a person that has a twisted sense of humor. You like watching someone bomb on stage. Why not watch them, get decapitated again? Why is that not fun? Is that your limit?
Nah, it's not funny. I mean, it's not funny because, when I see a brother, when I see a person, online constantly explaining themselves over and over again with tears in their eyes, that lets me know exactly where that person is at. Jay-Z had a bar. I'm gonna give you this Jay-Z bar, right? Hold on. I don't want to misquote it because I'm really not talking about this shit ever. I don't think it's something to be entertained, but I'm gonna give y'all this bar because Jay-Z said it in a rap and it sums up this situation perfectly. But once again, y'all won't realize this until it's too late. But the bar is, hold on, I'm pulling it up. I don't want to misquote it because it's such a phenomenal bar. Hold on. I'm getting to it. I'm on Genius. Hold on. Yes. He says, the labeling of a snitch is a lifetime scar. You'll always be in jail, nigga, just minus the bars. And that's the truth to the matter.
But would you not have snitched in his situation?
I would never be in that situation.
But hypothetically speaking, you're in that situation, right? Where you're not part of this gang at all, right?
See, you sound like a person who doesn't want to be held accountable for your actions. At the end of the day, this is how I've always been.
Right.
If I did something, I need to be held accountable for my actions. I got to deal with the consequences of my actions. I can't look around and say, well, you made me do this, or you were the cause of that. If I'm with you and I'm doing what he was doing, come on, man.
That's a good point. You have to be accountable for the actions.
You got to be held accountable. All of that stuff sounds good. All of that, they slept with my baby mom and, they tried to kidnap me and they did X, Y, and Z. And it's no honor among thieves. That's what they do in that world. In that world, wolves cannibalize themselves. Like, it is what it is. Like, you knew that. Like, that's not an out. It's not an out.
So if there's no honor amongst thieves, then why do we expect honor to this code of not snitching? Like, why is that the rule above all rules? But there are no rules.
The question should be, there are no rules, but the question should be, if there's no honor amongst thieves, then nobody in that world deserves to be honored, and you don't get honored. You know what I'm saying? Because you weaseled your way out of a situation. And I just don't respect nobody who doesn't learn from their past mistakes. Like, I don't care how smart you come off. Smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. I see a person that has done neither. I just don't think it's not.
He hasn't learned. That's for sure. He hasn't learned. Good. He hasn't learned. Good. But I think that it does resonate with me a little bit. Like, if somebody fucks my baby mama and then like kidnaps me and like does some shit to my mom, I'm not going to assume that they're loyal to me. So if Andrew, you break that loyalty, then don't assume that I'm going to be loyal to you.
Your king portrays the image of a gangster, right?
Yes.
So what should a gangster do if somebody fucks his baby mom?
I would call the police if I was him in that situation. Exactly. You're actually making a really good point.
That's all I'm saying. If you a gangster,
you handle that like a gangster.
Go bust your gun, gangster. You know what I'm saying? Go bust your gun. They kidnap you. All right, go bust your gun. Get back at your people. So that's all I'm saying. If you're in that lifestyle, that's what you do.
See, I knew you were going to give good perspective on this for me. So you're upset that he was portraying himself in one way and using.
No, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm upset that he just has not learned his lesson. That's it. Like it's like, yo, you got to have some sense of humility. Because if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, whatever you think, got you out of this situation, whatever higher power got you out of that situation, for you to come right back doing the same old shit, that's a slap in the face to the universe. That's a slap in the face to God. So if you're getting a second chance, I think that you should use your second chance for more than just more trolling. I think it's whack.
I guess what I'm saying is I never saw him as a gangster, and I never bought the idea that he was a gangster. What I always thought was funny about it was that he was clearly not a gangster, but he was basically checking these other dudes who have claimed to be gangster on their gangster, if you will.
That's not checking.
Or he was calling them out. I don't know what that, like in poker the term is check, right? Like call.
I'm from the old school. Calling somebody out is not thumb thugging. Calling somebody out is being somebody's face and having that same energy that we have never seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From that young man. I just think it's sad. I know it's going to end badly, just like I told y'all 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I was really rooting for him to come home and, change his ways. Like, I don't know why you would come home and set yourself on fire. Like, you should come home and lay low. Be cool, be calm. By the way, if you come home, you be cool, you be calm, a year from now, people might forget about this shit. But you come home immediately, and you taunting motherfuckers, like right out the gate, right?
Who was he taunting? Was he taunting some of the people that...
I'm gonna tell you something. Jealousy and envy on top of people not liking you because they think you're an informant is a very, 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 very volatile mix of ingredients that will not lead to anything good happening to said young man. And once again, the fact you got to move twice in a few days, that's not what's up, man. Like, that's who wants to live like that. Like, I'm at the point in my life where peace of mind is the ultimate for me. I want to walk down the street and be able to mind my business. I can keep my head on a swivel, but that's just the way I am naturally because I'm a paranoid, anxious person. But I want to have peace of mind. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm trapped in my own head all the time. I'm trapped in my own thoughts. I'm constantly questioning myself and my decisions. And the decision he made, he's going to be questioning for the rest of his life. And that's why he has to constantly explain. All I've seen the past few days is him just constantly explaining why he did what he did and trying to make light of the situation. It's like, bro, you're that. You got to wear that. As Hov said, you'll always be in jail minus the fucking bars, bro. Like, you trapped. You can't enjoy none of that. You can't enjoy your life.
How many people do you think rap fans really care about the street code?
None of them. None of his fans. Majority of his fans, none of them. But that's not the point. You're going to have all of those numbers, all of those Instagram views and YouTube views and all that, but you still going to be miserable on the inside.
Well, we don't know that.
Bro, did you see him? Did you watch? I saw the clips on Shade Room.
Right.
His eyes were watering the whole time.
He did look like he was going to cry, and he did. His hands were shaking.
Eyes watering the whole time.
What do you think that was about?
Voice cracking. Just like what I'm telling y'all right now. He's in his head mentally. He knows he fucked up. He knows that shit was whack. He knows that shit wasn't honorable. He knows that shit wasn't gangster. He knows nobody's going to ever really put their arm around him. Right? Like he's shunned by a lot of people. That's not a good feeling.
Of course not. But if he was never a gangster to start and never really cared to be a gangster in the first place, do you think he cares for the validation of gangsters?
Well, he's in his song talking about shooting up chicken spots.
What?
In that new record, he talking about shooting up chicken spots. So he's still talking about tough guy shit.
Wait, you listen to the words of a Tekashi 6ix9ine song?
Well, actually, somebody sent me that. Somebody told me. Somebody told me that. You know what I mean? But the point is, yes, he gives a fuck. What are you talking about? He's a kid that needs this validation.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. He's a young kid. It's their era. They like likes. They like retweets. They like comments. Why do you think he's under everybody's post? Why do you think he's always on Shade Room? He's right there watching all of this shit just like the rest of us. Yes, he gives a flying fuck. He cares tremendously.
Outside of, let's say we're aliens and we're looking at this situation just as aliens, not people who have...
I can't believe you got me to talk about this bullshit. I have not talked about this shit on Breakfast Club at all.
Oh, really?
I'm not entertaining it. I'm really not. I think it's sad. I really do. I'm not even lying to you. I think it's sad, and you just see where this kid is going to end up, and it's just like, God damn.
Right.
Man. It's almost like, being in quarantine. And this is what I mean by that. Like, when you're in quarantine, eventually we get so mentally exhausted that we're willing to say, fuck it, and go back outside, even if it's a threat.
Right.
We over it. We like, man, fuck this shit. I can't sit in this house. I can't.
Right.
I can't do it. I got to go out. Even though it's a threat, that's how he's going to be. Can't hide forever. You're not going to want to stay in the house forever. He's a young kid. You're not going to want to stay cooped up forever. He's not. He's absolutely not. And it's going to be one of them times when he decides to pop out. And it's going to be bad for him.
You think people will be waiting for him?
Bro, I think that we live in an era of clout chasing motherfuckers. And I think that somebody would do something just to get a rep. They would do something just to get attention. You know what I'm saying? I saw academics, man. Salute to my guy Ack, and I rock with Ack. But I saw Ack post something, man. Ack posted a video of some rapper. I never heard of the young brother's name, but the young brother said, "Man, don't go after him. Kill his mama. Kill his child." I'm like, y'all can't see this shit. Y'all, I thought it went too far a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was. Y'all don't see what the fuck y'all are doing again? Like, how are we making the same fucking mistake again?
Right.
Like, how? How is media making the same mistake? You know what I'm saying? By fueling this shit. How are the rappers making the same mistake by replying to this kid? Like, why is he making the same mistakes by coming out still on some like rah-rah shit? Like, why, bro? Like, why? Why? It's sad, man. It really is sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very sad.
As far as media goes, and as far as like us leaning into it, I don't think our behavior is any different than it has been for past rap beefs, right? Some rappers beef, we start getting into comments, we go, oh, Drake killed this guy, or Meek got bodied, or Pusha T killed Drake. Like, we go in, we lean in, and Drake goes out in interviews and he's like, yo, it's gonna be some violence if anything if we see that guy, and probably because we're leaning in and saying what a big deal it is. So I don't know if our energy is really any different. Like, I think we're looking at a lot of times rappers like they're wrestlers, when in reality, it ain't wrestling a lot of times. It's real.
It's never been wrestling. And Pac and Big should have showed you that.
Right.
You know, when Pac was, telling people like, look, it's the media. Y'all the ones fueling this shit. Y'all the ones give us the platform for this shit. Y'all the ones gas this shit up. You know, like he was right. You know, and don't get me wrong. It's not the media's fault because the media is not making any of those brothers do anything. Those brothers are doing what they're doing and the media is reacting to it. But it comes a point in time where somebody has to have some social responsibility and say, you know what? I don't want to be responsible for that shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to be responsible for that energy. I'm not going to give that energy a platform. I'm not going to put any fuel on that fire. I'm just not doing it. So if I am having this conversation right now, I would just have this conversation saying that I recognize the role all of us play in this shit. And sometimes you got to save people from themselves. Because clearly he don't know no better.
Yeah.
But I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, it does make sense. Yeah, I guess you make an interesting point about the media that I never really thought about, like, and the responsibility the media plays and you hear about this all the time in politics, right? You hear about the responsibility of the media in politics and the media misleading people on both sides of the aisle, right? Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get the attention because he clearly has people.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, at what point in time do we start putting responsibility on the media for other things, for like sports, for entertainment? Like, so far it's just politics where the media gets smoked, but maybe we should lean into the media when it comes to politics or when it comes to entertaining rap beefs and someone ends up getting killed. Like, you don't think there are magazines writing articles about Pac and Big? You don't think there are radio stations talking about Pac and Big? So they're feeding that fire too, and they know exactly where it ends up.
Of course they did. And that's why when you had people like C. Dolores Tucker and whoever else was speaking out against gangster rap at the time, they were right. You know what I mean? Ooh. They were saying that, it's going to lead to a culture of misogynistic behavior. It's going to lead to a culture of violence. You know what I mean? It's a bad influence. Yeah, they were right.
But she never been in the club when that Yin Yang Twins comes on, bro.
And that's a fact.
She never been in the club.
And that's a fact. And that's a fact.
You know,
she don't understand. And you can't. You want to hear. So see, Dolores Tucker, you ain't out here in these streets. You don't know what goes down when these records drop. You don't know what these records mean to us on a cultural level.
But I get it.
But as I'm older, I totally understand where she was coming from.
Oh, so you're changing your ways.
I'm not changing my ways. Oh yeah, I have changed my ways. I'm evolved. Of course, we all evolve. All I'm simply saying is, when shit gets real, know that it's gotten real. That's it. It's all entertainment until it's not entertainment no more.
Yeah.
That's it. It's really just that simple. It's all entertainment until it's not entertainment no more. It has not been entertainment with that young man since he got shot at back in the day. It hasn't been entertainment since he got kidnapped. It hasn't been entertainment since the motherfucking feds came and picked up his whole operation. It hasn't been entertainment since he sat on that stand and told on every motherfucking body. To us, that shit is entertainment because we on the outside looking in. That shit really does look like a movie playing out.
Yes.
And not to them motherfuckers that's locked up in jail. Not to him when he didn't know whether he was going to live or die when he got kidnapped. You understand what I'm saying?
Yo, I have a question for you. Do you think because reality shows have gotten so dramatic and so real, right? You're literally seeing abortions happen on a reality show, fights. Maybe I don't think death has happened just yet, but like it's getting close. It's getting real, if you will. Do you think because we see this in reality shows all the time, we're kind of desensitized to a trial like this? Like this becomes just another reality show in our life?
Yeah, I think reality shows started it, and I think social media elevated it to another level. Just because we see so much on social media, we're desensitized to so much shit. You know what I mean? And in a situation like that, it really does feel like we watched it play out on social media. Like that wasn't a TV play, that wasn't a podcast play, that wasn't a YouTube web show. That was some shit that we watched that young man show us the days of his lives every day for like a whole year. We knew the whole crew. We knew what he was doing, what he was about. Everybody was intrigued. The funny part is so many people called it and knew exactly where that behavior was going to lead. It led to what we thought it was going to lead to, which was jail. A lot of people said death as well. But it's not too late for that, especially when you don't learn your lesson.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't learn the error in your ways. And that's the part I wish somebody would get across to him. It's like, bro, you're I don't know if blessed is the right word, but you are. Like you skated out of a situation that could have been really, really, really bad for you. You took a lot of people down in the process, but you skated out of a situation that's really bad for you. Now you got to target on you. You got to target on your children. You got to target on your mom, your whole family. And for what? Like, why come? You already had a target on them.
Right.
So why come home and set yourself on fire?
Right.
Like that's literally what you did. You shot a flare in the sky, put a goddamn bat signal up.
Yeah.
And you motherfucking set yourself on fire and say, hey, look at me. For what?
For what?
Like, for what? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm just glad I didn't grow up in that era where all that shit means so much to me. The IG viewership and
right.
The number of fucking followers you got. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm old school. What that bag look like?
Yeah.
And all bags ain't good bags. What are you doing to get the bag? It's just not the fact you making money. What are you doing to make that money? That's the shit that intrigues me. At fucking 41 years old. Like, I want to see some innovative shit. I want to see some shit I ain't seen before. I seen this before. And guess what? My brother? It ain't worth it. It's not. That shit ain't worth it.
Do you think that you have more perspective on this because in your younger years you were a shit stirrer? Maybe not to the levels of 6ix9ine, but you were not afraid of confrontation and saying things that would like get you into potential physical altercations on your platform.
I'm still not.
And still not, but you probably don't do it as much. You're probably not as antagonistic now. Like, I feel like you've kind of evolved in the way that you interview. Whereas I've never wanted to be antagonistic. That was never my thing. Like, if you even listen to me back in the day, I would always say that I admire somebody like Angie Martinez because Angie Martinez is able to make people comfortable in interviews. Right. That's a skill that I don't have. And the reason I didn't have that skill is because, early on, if I'm just being me, having these conversations and, just as my father always said, the fastest way between 2 points is a straight line, just getting right to it. Yep. And people are taking like, oh, did you just ask me that? Like, they're taken aback by that. It's like now people are on guard when they come in. Yeah. So it's not my fault you're on guard and you're defensive. I don't think it's my fault. Maybe it is. I haven't really given it that much thought. But I've never wanted to be antagonistic. So I think over the years, people have just said, honestly, Charlamagne he's just curious. He just asks what's already out there. It's not like he's throwing anything new on us. He's just going to ask the shit that people already know. And now I think, and I said this years ago, but it's even more so now, the age of transparency that we live in with social media, now artists know I don't even got to go sit down and do an interview. I'll just tell these motherfuckers what's going on. Yeah, you have your own. You have your own radio station. You have your own interview platform. Yeah, exactly.
Like you see what people are saying about you on social media. So now you can get on Instagram Live and do your own fucking press conference. You can do your own interview. You don't need me to do that anymore. So therefore, the antagonistic label, that shit kind of gone.
But I will say this. I think because people have access to express their opinions on their own platforms, the art of interviewing will increase and escalate in importance. There was a time where if you just had a platform, you could just go, so what happened with this drama in the car? And then you could get the answer, people would watch it. Now, because you can get information whenever you want and access to people whenever you want, I think the people who are actually gifted at interviewing and creating a different experience with the person they're interviewing, I think those interviews will be sought after like crazy, and the generic interviews will completely die off.
I can see that. I mean, I've always been somebody who wanted to master the art of interviewing. I'm attracted to interviewers. I've always been attracted to Howard Stern, Angie Martinez, Wendy Williams, Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters, Oprah Winfrey, Larry King. You know what I mean? Like, right. I remember having a whole conversation with Larry King about interviews. And I'm like, wait, man, I said, Larry, what's the most important question you can ask in the interview? And Larry said, why? And I said, Larry, because I want to know. What's the most important thing you can ask in an interview? He's
why?
Like, I answered you. Why? He's like, why is the most important question that you can ask in an interview? Yeah. And I truly believe that. Like, what is the why of it all? Like, that's whenever you see me sitting down having a conversation with somebody, always know that's my mission statement. I want to get to the why of it all. Like, that's it. And that, by the way, that's therapy, right?
Yeah.
When you sit down with your therapist wants to know the why. Well, she gets you to what's the why of it all. Or he gets you to the what's the why of it all.
Yeah.
So you explain your shit. You're getting all of this shit out, you're unpacking, and the therapist wants to know what's the why. So to go back to the original conversation, that's all I want. I'm like, I don't understand the why of none of this shit. And I don't think he understands the why of none of this shit. So being that he don't know no better, as a grown-ass adult man, I gotta know better. Because that shit over there is sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think he's aware of the why.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And if he is, it's not, the why isn't worth it. If the why is money,
fair.
if the why is attention, if the why is clout, it ain't worth it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. There's you're not going to sit here and tell me that if that young man had an opportunity to change some things in his life, he wouldn't change some things.
Yeah, I think it's really coming down to something like, all right, I'm fucking 20 years old. I got tattoos all over my face and body. I'm basically unhireable. I have no education, but I'm a smart kid and I could find a lane to success and possibly millions of dollars. I'm going to lean the fuck into this because what else am I going to do? Like, literally, what other job could he have?
He could be a fucking clown.
I mean,
could be a clown. You think that the Universal Soul Circus wouldn't hire him? Come on, bro. The hip hop clown? Have you seen the hip hop clowns at the Universal Soul Circus? Them shit is corny and outdated. Like, he'd be perfect.
Right. So he's going to be a clown. He's going to be a clown for a living.
It could be perfect. Yo, a reality show. I'm sure that's coming down. The pipeline. You could do a reality show. The kid is charismatic. He's funny. There's other shit that he could do.
Right.
Other than this shit. Like,
right.
It's like, why? It's like, bro, why? Like, why? Why you coming right back fucking with people? Like it's whack, man. And then I'm telling you, jealousy plus envy on top of people not fucking with him because of what he did, and him, they don't think he's honorable. That shit is a bad combination. Because guess what? When I see him say things like, yo, you jealous of my numbers? He's right.
Yeah.
And jealous motherfuckers, on top of the fact they already don't fuck with you because of what you did, jealousy, envy, and that combination, bruh, woof. And imagine being in prison. Imagine being one of the guys that's in prison because of him. And you see him out here just taunting motherfuckers and, bragging about this shit, like literally bragging about what you did. You're not going to want some revenge? I don't think y'all understand how this shit works. I really don't. I don't think y'all understand how a person in jail's mind state works. Fuck the rappers on the street. I'm in jail for the next 15, 20 years, 25 years because of you. And you out here just like, bro, you're calling in your favors. You like, man, look, I can't do anything for you right now, but bro, if you can, please. And by the way, it's people still on the street that love those people that's in jail. It's people on the street that love those guys that's in prison. You fucked up some of their meal tickets. And now you out here just gloating this shit? Oh man.
Do you think that most people you think most people think that like street justice doesn't happen because you see guys like George Zimmerman walking around unscathed still? So do you think there's this idea amongst the regular population that is not involved in like the super hood shit that it's like, that's all talk. Nobody really gets got, because if they were going to get got, why wouldn't they go after these like horrible racists and super villains that are just walking the streets today? Why don't they go after some KKK guys? Like, why don't they go after all these people they say they hate?
I agree with you. That's a great point, and I can't wait till they start doing that. But for now, street justice happens in the street every goddamn day.
Right.
It's gang members popping gang members every goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? It's people popping informants every goddamn day. You know what I mean? I just saw a young man get shot in Brooklyn this week, get shot and killed in Brooklyn, and the headline was like, they're investigating if it was in connection to, rapper Pop Smoke or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yo, this shit happens all the time, and all it takes is opportunity. That's it. As simple as that. Like simple as that. Like, it's literally just that simple. And I just don't understand why, bro. Like, I really don't. I don't understand the why of it all, because I know that if that was me and I was in that situation and I did something like that caused a bunch of people to go to jail and I came home, I don't even think I'd live in America. I really don't. I'd probably go live in London. Straight up, or like, I don't know, somewhere. I'd go live somewhere else. I don't think I would live here. And I damn sure wouldn't be in Long Island in a fucking apartment complex or some shit with a shared goddamn community pool. The fuck? I don't give a fuck about how big your stack of money is when you share a pool. What the fuck is up with you, bro? You share, and you're not even aware of your surroundings. You're not even paying enough attention to see that motherfuckers around you are filming you. Yeah, bro, that shit's fucked up, man. Bad look. Sad. That shit is sad. Bad.